Hello everybody and welcome back to the Halfsun SMP server. Today we're starting things off by finishing up with terraforming our area. In the two previous videos I have done a little bit of terraforming, but today I wanted to knock it out and get the full area finally finished so we can focus on building. So what's been going on since the last episode? Well, the server currently has a dispute on who should be in charge. Liv started a barrage against Corbo on the Discord and tossed his hat into the ring for position of server president with Horatio as his running mate. And since then, there's been a back and forth between Lev and Corbo. CJ also put himself up for the position of president, but he's been very quiet since then. Could he possibly be working on something? Who knows? Lev came to visit me and left me this little gift to try and secure my vote, which he currently has. But if Corbo wants to stop by with, say, some netherite, maybe I could be swayed the other way. I also got myself a new microphone, so be sure to let me know what you think of the new audio. It may take me a couple episodes to get it perfect, but hopefully it's already an improvement over the previous audio. I also wanted to take this time to thank everyone for subscribing. The channel is now up to 13 subscribers, so thank you all for that. And thank you for viewing the channel. The channel recently went over 300 views, with the last Halfsun episode getting a lot of love, which was great. Thank you very much again. But that's enough of the intro. Let's finish up our terraforming and then move on to something a bit more fun. So now we're over here at the shopping district of the server, so you probably can guess why we're over here. And yep, you would be correct. We're going to set up our first shop on the server. Now I'm not going to tell you what we're going to be selling right away. I want to see if we can try and guess it as I build the structure. But I do have a sign to put up in front, so I'm going to leave that as the last thing to add. Because I think once you see the sign, it's going to be pretty obvious what we're going to be selling. But anyway, let's run a little build montage and get ourselves our shop up and running. So now that the outside of the store's finished, let's get working on the interior. So the first thing I'm going to do is in the left hand corner here, I'm going to build a little sales desk. And to do this, I'm simply going to place an upside down stair here and here. Then I'm going to place a lectern facing this way, another upside down stair like that, round the corner, and then I'm going to put a trapdoor here, so that will act as our little entrance. And I'm going to place some trapdoors all along here, not like that. Then continue them. And I'm also going to place a trapdoor in front of the lectern here. This basically just helps the lectern blend in with the desk a little bit more. And I've written a little book just explaining what the store is all about and how much each of the items in the store costs. Then to go along with our tea room theme, I'm going to place a brewing stand. Or maybe I am not. Okay, that was a little bit of server lag. So I'm going to place a brewing stand. Thank you. Then I'm going to follow this up with some quote unquote tea. And I'm going to take a little flower pot and a dead bush just as a little bit more decoration and to keep that western theme. And I'm going to take some of these shroom lights and just underneath the stairs here, I'm going to add in some hidden lighting just to keep the place nice and bright and keep the mobs away. So that's going to do it for our little sales desk. The next thing we're going to add is the storage for the coloured terracotta. So there's 17 variants of terracotta in the game, but we're not going to have enough space to keep it nice and symmetrical over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add all the coloured terracotta in this area, and I'm going to put the non-dyed terracotta against this wall here. So first up, we're going to remove the blocks in the corners like so. Then we're going to add in some shroom lights that we're going to make hidden. Then I'm going to add in a couple more shroom lights in the center like so. And I'm going to take some chests and I'm going to double these up, going 8 along. Just like that. Next, I'm going to take some spruce slabs and up at the top of the block here, I'm going to come out 2 from the wall, going all the way down. And I'm going to take some spruce trapdoors and place these along the top of our slabs like that. Then on the floor in either corner. And I'm going to flip these shut, just like this. And there we have some nice little shelving. So I'm going to go grab some more chests and put them on top of those chests in the same manner. So that's it for the storage for the coloured terracotta. So we're missing a couple of the colours, but we will get it stocked up fairly soon. And I've added some item frames with the relevant blocks just at the front, so it's easier for people to know what's in each chest. So next up, we're going to start working on the storage for the non-dyed terracotta. So to do that, I'm going to place an upside down stair just like this. And underneath these, once more, I'm going to use that to hide some lighting with our shroom blocks. And I'm going to take some spruce trapdoors and place them along the top and along this edge. And I'm going to take a crafting bench in here and an ender chest right on top. So the crafting bench is just in case anybody wants to dye or craft anything with the terracotta right here. And the ender chest is so they can get their diamonds. Next up, I'm going to grab some chests. And this time, I'm not going to go with the double chest route. I'm just going to go with 4 single chests, just to make it look a little bit different and stand out a bit more. And of course, we've got our item frames so people know what's in the chests. Now give me a second while I get these stocked up with the terracotta blocks. So there we go, the 4 chests are fully filled with terracotta blocks, and for one final little bit of detail over here, I'm going to add a little sign just to let people know that this is in fact our #1 product, and they should definitely be buying a lot of it. So next up, we're going to start working on the tea room part of the shop. So I'm going to place the tea room up here at the top, just in front of these nice big windows, so people can have a nice view while they're relaxing with a cup of tea. So to do that, I'm going to build us a staircase up in this corner, and I'm going to fill in a floor using our dark oak planks once again. And there we have it, our little staircase up to the tea room upstairs. So before we move up and start working up the stairs, what I want to do is I want to come in and add some chains just in the corner here. So adding the chains in the corners like this just gives it the look that these shelves are being suspended from the little roof there. And I'm also going to want to place an armor stand here, just to add a little bit more detail and a little bit something extra here so it's not so plain looking. Then to fill in this gap underneath the stairs, I'm going to go with the tried and trusted bookcase approach, just like this. So the first thing we're going to add up the stairs is some lighting. So even though we have these nice big open windows, it's still a little bit too dark, and especially at night time as there's a lot of phantoms flying about. I think that's the best thing to tackle first. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use some spruce trap doors, and I'm going to build a little cross beam that looks like a little support for the roof, and I'm going to add some nice hanging lights from it. And once you've got your cross beam set up, it should look something a little like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some chains just in these cross sections here, like that. And I'm going to add some hanging shroom lights. And for a final bit of detail, I'm going to take some plain white banners and hang them just on the sides like this, so they look like little mini chandeliers. So next up, we're going to work on the seating area of the tea room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a stair like that, leave a gap and place another stair, and in between these stairs, I'm going to place a little table using some fences and carpet like so. Then I'm going to leave a 2-block gap and do a double wide little table section here. And I'm going to leave a 3-block gap and repeat this design on this right hand side. So just have something that looks like this. Then to add a little bit of detail to our seats, I'm going to add some signs, and at the very top and the very bottom, I'm just going to add in these equal signs like that, so it looks like a little bit of stitching on the armrest of the chair. And once again, I'm going to repeat this on all the seats. So once you have all your seats added, you should have something that looks a little like this. And to finish up the details of our little seating area, I'm going to come at the top of the windows and add in some plain white panels. So these just act as some little curtains or blinds. And over in this section, I want to put some dirt blocks like this and get a 2-wide photo like that. And I think that's quite nice for a little sort of tea room cafe area. So I think we'll stick with that. So now that we have all of our nice decorations over this little area, this little corner here is looking just a little bit too plain. We also have the issue of this section being really easy to fall off. So I'm going to start just by placing some fences like this, so nobody should be able to fall off anymore. Then I'm going to take some barrels and I'm going to come over to this side and place some barrels stacked up on top of each other. So this is where we're going to store all of the tea for everyone. And to give a little bit more detail, I'm just going to place some signs on all of these barrels just saying tea. So I went ahead and added all the signs to the barrels, and I've also filled up all of the barrels with our sweet tea. So to finish off this area, I'm going to add in a little bit of greenery by adding in a nice little plant, just like so. So now that the shop's fully built, we just need a way to let the server members know that the shop's open for business. And I think I've got an idea of how we can best let them know. Howdy partners, this is Doom here, telling you about the most rootinest tootinest location this side of Halfsun. Terracotta, the #1 locale for your terracotta needs. Walking in the front door, your terracotta needs are instantly met with our wide selection of terracotta colors and our #1 selling product, Terracotta Original. Upstairs, we feature a state-of-the-art tea room with a free tea accompanying each of your purchases. The best way to relax after a long day in the mines or to treat that special loved one. So what are you waiting for? Get on down now and let our southern hospitality treat you right. Free tea subject to availability. Terracotta does not take responsibility for any buns from drinking hot tea. So to finish up today, we're going to be creating a little flower farm. Now I'm going to be building this based on a design by Shulkercraft on YouTube. I'll leave a link to the video in the description down below. Be sure to give it a look if you want to see the full steps on how to make it. So the reason why I'm building the flower farm is we need a couple of dyes in order to create a couple of colours of the terracotta. And specifically these colours you can't get from mining, and you also can't get them from trading. So this is going to be quite important if we want to make sure we get all of the colours in our shop. And there we have it, the finished flower farm. So it's nothing too big or too crazy. I'd say it's just about the right size for what I need, especially for the, I think, 2 or 3 terracotta colours that we need to make. A little bit extra that I've added into the design is this little system over here. So this is just some general storage. I've added a hidden crafting bench down here and an end chest just to get any important items I might need. And I've also added this little composting station, so any flowers or seeds that I don't want to keep, I can just pop them in that top chest. They'll get turned into bone meal and they'll get fed back into the system. But let's give the system a little try and see if it's working. It hopefully should be. Yeah, and there I have it. Little auto flower farm. So I'll leave this running for a little minute and I'll see what we get. So there we go, I've left the farm running for about a minute, so let's pick everything up and see what we've got. That is quite a very good haul for about a minute's runtime, and we can take our seeds and just pop them in here, and that'll start composting and get us some more bone meal back into our system. Don't know if we'll be able to see it going through the hopper, probably not. But yeah, super happy with that. It took about 5 minutes for me to put together following that tutorial, so as I said, I'll leave that in the description below for anybody that's interested and wanting to build one themselves. And that's going to do it for today's episode. Be sure to let me know what you think of the shop and if you think the ad will help bring us in some more business. I hope my bad impression won't put any customers off from visiting, but I do have to admit, I look quite snazzy in this suit if I do say so myself. Between now and next episode, I'll be hard at work mining up some more terracotta to make sure that the store is well stocked, and hopefully soon we'll be rolling in the diamonds. Thank you very much for watching as always, and until next time, I will see you later. Bye!